Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Whew. It has been a rough one this week. Look, I feel like I'm crooked. Y'all have to tell me if I'm crooked. Yeah, it is July 17th. I keep looking over there at my calendar because I can't believe that this year is we're already here. I am the Neuse River Witch, and I am going to do a single card pull today. This is from my River Witch Oracle deck, which you can find on my website at neuseriverwitch.com. I'm going to just get right to it today to do the pull. So let's see what we got. Okay, this one's going to be a fun one. So everybody buckle up and hide your pearls. Okay, just hide your pearls. This card is the cotton field. The key words on this card are hardship, influence, and ancestors. So when we think about this card, especially being the rural South, we know what imagery it brings up. And anyone who denies that energy, I mean, you know, if you know, you know, right? So as someone who, you know, lives in this area, I don't even assume to understand what it would be like to go through what those enslaved people went through. I've stopped next to here, you know, as an adult, and walked up to the cotton fields, and I've felt the bowls. Anyone who's not familiar with this, I recommend you do it. Okay. The cotton grows inside of this little bowl, and that's where the boll weevils live. If you heard of boll weevil, that's where the boll weevil lives. Inside the bowl, that is a very hard shell. So what happens is it's like a flower, right? It pops open, right? And then the cotton ball is inside, or the cotton itself is inside. In order to pick the cotton, you have to stick your hands inside and pull it out. Now, these edges are very sharp, okay? They're very sharp. And this cotton was hand-picked, obviously, and there was a quota that had to be done. And that hand-picked cotton was weighed, and they had babies. I mean, babies, y'all. Babies out there picking cotton. So, thinking about that, I recommend that you investigate that and just add that to your memory bank, okay? Because that's information you're going to need. That's the hardship part, right? So when you think about that, we're not saying that one person's suffering is any different than it's more or less than another person's suffering. What I'm saying here is that hardship is what you endure, right? My level of hardship may be different than your level of hardship. It doesn't mean that I've suffered more or you've suffered more, because inside that suffering is internal, and it is exactly how we suffer, and we suffer together as a people. When we think about advertisements and social media, right, they play on that suffering, right? They show you imagery. There's a big thing going on right now on social media where they're showing these pictures of these children, and they want you to send them money, and they're all scams. It's a scam, right? But they're playing on your idea of what suffering is and how you suffered. You're equating yourself with that suffering, okay? It's not a bad thing to equate with suffering, right? What I'm saying is that bring this same level of connection, right, of empathy to those others around you, to those people who may not be like you, to those people who are, you know, who have brown skin or black skin or native skin, right? Those people are just like you. They're just like me. We all suffer hardship. And until we equate that hardship, we see each other as equals, we will continue to allow inequality. We'll continue to allow things to pass that we shouldn't. Our next word is influence, right? So influence here, this is where you have the power to make change. You have the power to influence those around you. Think about that, what we talked about just last week. When you come into a room, do you bring energy that's good? Or do you bring energy that's negative? So think about that energy you're bringing in. And at all costs, at all costs, I recommend an ancestor altar, ancestor veneration, ancestor acknowledgement. None of us would be here but for someone who was strong enough to make a change before us, right? Someone decided, I've had enough of this crap, I'm out, okay? No one waited around, okay? No one waited around to be saved. Someone was there and they said, let me book a passage on that ship, okay? Let me stand up for what I believe in. Let me stand up for those who are suffering. Let me equate my hardship and use my influence to help others, right? So let's honor that ancestry either by creating an ancestor altar, in the jewelry you wear, right? In the jewelry you wear, you can recognize them that way. Find a way to equate and venerate those ancestors and honor them every day. So that's our card for today. It is the cotton ball. Hopefully I didn't upset anyone, but if I did, hey, tell me about it, right? I'm up for a discussion. I'm happy to talk about it. Find me on my socials and have a glorious day. I'll talk to you soon.